That means if a bank wants to evict you from your house, guess what? All of us united fight that lawsuit. And, first of all, see, it's a huge, huge subject to even try and explain how you can win every lawsuit without offering the information that you need to gain to go join this group. But there is a way of beating every freaking lawsuit. You can actually sue all of these bankers, sue all of these people, and win every freaking lawsuit, but we have to be united and work as a team. Now, anybody that wants to build a completely different new society, we need to sort of start building that road. And how that starts with is we need to collect data. You can't fight the system. You can't be stuck in a view of the world is all doom and gloom. This is how bad it is, and constantly describe the problem. It's like describe it once and then move on to the solution. And so we need a database that's collecting all problems. Um, we are totally against privacy of information, but it's like, the only thing that we should be against is the corporation owning all of our information, and we know nothing about each other. But if all information was free, and what have you got to hide? I got nothing to hide. If everybody's information, every single intimate aspect of everything of who we are is out there in the universe for everybody to see, guess what? There's way too much information for one person to um, gain any interest in it. It's when you stand out. It's when you're doing something out of the ordinary that makes somebody want to know a little more about you. And I think personally, if we have trust issues, that hey, why not be able to research, what somebody's into, what are their interests? Then you can tell who you are. I personally think that freedom of information is, works for me, but let's have a freedom of information of what all of these corporate world is up to. You know, the more we don't fight the system but build up on the system, um, anybody that's into any technology, any type of technology that these big elite guys want to use, we can have a lawsuit that makes sure that we are the company that they hire, because we can win every lawsuit. So we can collect data, everything that these elites and police and every security camera is collecting. We own the data. So any perception that the other side can have about us, we have all of the data to change whatever perspective that they have. We would even know who belongs to which side by who belongs to this group. Like if you belong to this group and this corporation fighting the other economic system that's controlling us, if you're on a jury, we know because all of your data is in our database and we know how you're going to vote right away. So there is a way of beating the system, but we need to collect a lot of data. So that's as the example of just put yourself out there and it will grow. You may not know the path, but start listening to yourself, and yourself will tell you what to do all the time. And it may seem like a dumb idea, but just give it a go and be okay to fail. I don't give a shit if I fail. I'm at least putting it out there and developing myself to improve. One of the reasons I started a YouTube channel was to improve my communication skills. Clearly, however I communicate with people when I go to their website, I can't handle the conversation. The name calling is a little bit too rough for me. Hypersensitive, needed to calm down an awful lot. Thought of taking charge, thought I had more charge if I started posting my own information. And yeah, I'm trying to be really aware of how many arguments take place and who are the arguments. People within the Venus Project and religious people that believe in Jesus. I happen to believe in Jesus, but our beliefs in what Jesus is all about is completely different. But through even some of the most challenging conversations, it's proven out that, hey, we both agree on the same thing. So most of our arguments are kind of pointless and it is a waste of time. But if we kind of all see that we're all on the same page, we all want to change the world that we're in. I don't think anything's wrong with creating a perfect system. Just because you don't know how to make a perfect system doesn't mean you don't try and you don't ask how. And I think the goal is if we try and create a system that nobody's getting sick and nobody's getting stressed, how we live our lifestyles right now is killing people. So the more we are not killing people, the more we'll know we're on the right track. So, if you're suffering from any illness, we need to start tracking that data and putting the connections together of what's creating people to get sick. And we start solving those problems. And you also need to have a will to live. You need to unfold your purpose. So we need to share data on, hey, what is it you love doing? We need something that says, here I am out in the world willing to do this. I would love doing this. And then you also have a list of needs. So you should be collecting data on that. What is it you need to unfold your life dream? Now, we have to wake up into a reality that everything is about sharing. And it's not about you have to give up something that you love. It's a matter of what it is you want to get rid of gives you more pleasure. We don't really understand that concept yet, but sometimes people can give away things and get more pleasure trying to find a place to get rid of something and know that it's gone to something really, really good. We love getting rid of our shit and feeling good about it. So, lots of times, of what you need, somebody else is out there in our universe wanting to get rid of it and wanting to get rid of it in a good place. So, this database, this website that we need to create, needs to be able to connect the dots that collects data on, okay, what is it we're all up to? Are we up to no good, or are we up to creating a system that is designed for change, that is good for our planet? I'm taking responsibility for myself. That's the majority of change requires each of us to know that we are creators, and if you are unaware of what you're creating, somebody's taking advantage of your creative ability and being a little selfish, and they're dealing with the problem. There's two aspects right there. The one that's taking advantage has a problem that needs to be fixed, and somebody that um, is being taken advantage needs information on how not to be taken advantage of. There needs to be a sharing of information, but if everybody is responsible and accountable to create the life they want, it's like you got to kind of join the system. And anybody that's interested in charity work, um, you got to understand that that is one of the most corrupt, most evil aspect of our human experience right now. Charity, for most part, is the driving force behind a lot of catastrophes that may appear like they, just were an accident, but they weren't. They were intentional. Why? Because somebody wanted to jump in there and become another millionaire. And a lot of that can be seen and understood with our wars. So, a lot of information that needs to be shared. We need to know what people are up to. Don't have any secrets. Don't fight that system. The economic system is like, you're not going to end it, so it's just use it, but gain control over it. Be the corporate world, be the banking system that controls everything, and make the owners of this corporation that we unitedly create be equal shareholders in it. Everybody gets a say. Everybody is equally important, and everybody is against the other corporate world. That means, there's a lot of work there for anybody that wants to, make new computer systems. Like Bill Gates needs a little bit of competition. Whatever you design would be created because our corporation wins every lawsuit. We need transportation, we need clean energy, we need free energy. There should be a system that can support and sustain and provide the security, everything that's needed to unfold this new technology that we have that's better than oil. Um, so many things are being suppressed, but as soon as we start sharing information, start contributing to each other, start doing things free, um, sometimes it's not about fighting the war you think you need to fight. For example, now that I am collecting finances, just like I'm trying to be an example that everybody else can improve their finances, what am I spending my money on? And right now, it's the comfort of a bed. That sleep is extremely important. And that's another thing that I need to listen to myself is I need to do something that improves my sleep, which means I'm buying foam. And I shouldn't have to trust the guy that I'm buying foam for to be making a product that's good for our universe. But if he had a label there that showed me, what was right and what was wrong, and I knew how to trust that guy, then I would. But as it turns out, it's supposed to be biodegradable, made with some kind of plant, so, and it was a little bit more expensive, but it's something that I'm using that is improving my sleep. I'm also really excited that now there's another computer going to enter into my reality. I'm using a shared one, so I can't really get on the full schedule of what it is I want to do. One thing is to start this website, this database of information. I know that there's no way in hell I will be able to program a database like that, but I also know that once you get something started, then other people want to join in. So that is, another way of contributing to this channel if you like to start a new group is we need to set up a more controlled internet system. So I'm not going to kid myself. I don't know if we're quite ready to have what it takes to build and control our own internet system, but I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that has a server that might want to host the building of a website that starts tracking all of this data. I'm pretty sure there's an awful lot of people that are right into computer programming and system analyzing that would want to improve on this system. I've seen it done before where people were designing computer games, and they would put, you have to be a member, and the goal is to design this computer game, and everybody can download the source code and work on it, and then you upload it, and everybody votes on, hey, this is a good aspect of this game or this project that we're working on. Then it gets added and saved, and then you work on your own end of where it is that you can improve. You can also should have a forum where you're communicating what your ideas are. If nobody objects to it, then go off and build it and see how well it's incorporated. Like, there just needs to be a form of communication between people that are helping out with the designing of the system to see, are the goals actually being met? And are there like 50 people working on the same thing? Do you need 50 people working on the same thing? I don't think so. But you have to start putting out the information out there that gets something started, which is what I plan to do. So, peace out.